Once a girl likes you, but you don't know. You don't know. Once a girl likes you, but you don't know. You don't know. Maybe you knew it was.
Hi guys, welcome to my second attempt of filming this intro, and welcome to my first vlog, I guess. This week we have a couple of crochet projects that we're working on, but I also want to share with you guys that I scratched my heel on my chair pretty badly, so I had to put a band-aid on. Anyway, I also want to share with you that I love my office space. And I want to change it though. I need to change it a little bit. I actually kind of like this angle too to film, but the lighting is the best. I'm going to take you over here. So you can always see the lighting coming in this way is phenomenal. Just natural lighting coming in the window. But the problem is I don't want you guys to feel like you're sitting in my closet. So we're going to turn this closet into probably a yard shelf, an office shelf, a small business crochet shelf. I need to measure this thing. I need to get some shelves and I need to decorate, and I'm so excited. So I have a nicer background to eventually film my videos. But for now, we're not gonna sit in the closet. I don't have an extra room for an office, but it's just so nice having all this light coming in through the windows, looking out our field, and just yeah, hanging out here, hopefully more. I do crochet a lot also in the living room too, but I just love this space and I want to make it even more cozy and like a serious office space. But before we're gonna dive into that, let me show you what I'm working on this week. So this week I have been working on 3 different projects. All of them were made from Parfait Chunky yarn by Premier, and I'm so happy I finally made this switch. I used to crochet a lot with burnout blanket, which I loved, and I loved getting started with burnout blanket. It's pretty affordable because you get really big skeins. Problem is sometimes you only need so much yarn. Obviously this is not sponsored or anything, but I just made the switch, and I'm so happy how my plushies have been turning out. If you're familiar with Lord of the Rings, this is going to be Arwen. I got commissioned to make Arwen and Aragorn from a dear customer. I have made Gandalf before and she really enjoyed that, and so she commissioned me again with Arwen and Aragorn, and I loved making them. But with the hair here, I'm going to run into a little problem later on, which you will see at the end of the video. Then I'm also prepping for a mini market that I'm actually not going to attend myself, but I'm going to a wedding. So this market, it's a Harry Potter themed market, and friends of mine, they have a booth at that event themselves, and they kindly agreed to offer some of my plushies. So I'm finishing up a couple of mandrakes for that this week. I already made a bunch of snowy owls, as well as one brown owl. I just wanted to try a different yarn. And then golden snitch keychains. And I'm gonna pack them all up later, and it's so exciting to prep for my first market. But yeah, I'm not gonna be there, so that's gonna be interesting to see later on what sold at the market. And just as I was trying to get some crocheting done, Lucas woke up from his nap, so I spent a little bit of time with him, which was great. But then a little bit later, I got him back to sleep and was able to crochet some more. And lastly, like I said, I'm going to a wedding for our friends. I am making a special wedding gift. I'm making 2 little bunnies, a bride and a groom. And I found a super cute pattern. I'm so excited to use Parfait Chunky for that pattern and make them a little bit bigger, and yeah, make something really special for them. it is the classic bamboo shelf. This one right here. I see a lot of people who have that exact shelf in the background. It looks so nice and cozy and warm, and I think it would fit super nicely in the background right there. The question is, should we get 2 shelves or just 1? I think 2 shelves would be nice. 23.6 inches wide. We have 61 inches width. 72 inches to work with. Okay, so that's what? 647.2, I think. Oh, we still have a lot of room. Yeah, then definitely we wanted 2, I think. 2 of these shelves. Let's order them. Hey guys, it is the next day, and while we are waiting for the shelves to arrive, I have some orders to pack. Well, not orders, I shouldn't say orders. They are market prep, but I'm not gonna be there at the market. So some friends of mine, they agreed they would sell my stuff at their booth. The original plan was that we were gonna share booths, but I have a wedding to attend, so that is way more important. This way I get a little bit of feedback on what sells, what doesn't sell, where the price is okay before I do my own in-person event. And also, I was so excited to make a couple of Harry Potter themed items, so I'm gonna show them to you, put price tags on them, and put them all in a tote. I wanted to show you the difference between filming with and without microphone. So obviously right now I don't have a microphone, and I'm going to get it in a second so you can hear what a difference it makes to get that little microphone. And this is me with the microphone. I hope you can hear a clear difference. I definitely can, and I'm so happy to have this because this will help me film even when I'm outside sometimes, and to film some voiceovers, which I love to do as well. But yeah, we're still waiting on the shelves right now, as of now. Hey friends, as you can see, we're in my bedroom, and this is my little office corner, and well, it's going to be. We're gonna turn this into my office corner, so my desk and everything's already here. The shelves have arrived, so now we're going to take all my clothes out of here. They're gonna go over to the baby room, and this closet is gonna be just shelf space. Let's do it. Okay, we are officially done building the shelves. I am so excited. Now the last thing we have to do is put our yarn and all our supplies in here and decorate them a little bit. Let's see how that goes. And this is the final result. I am very happy with how it turned out. I absolutely love these lights. They're exactly what I had in mind for this shelf. And yeah, I just love how it holds all my yarn, almost all of my yarn. and some of my plushies that I've recently made. Not all of them, but I might add some greenery or some plants to it later. But for now, I am super pleased with how it turned out, and I feel so happy. This is actually not the best lighting to film in right now because it is about to get dark, but I thought it looked really cool with the lights on. You can really see how they look in the evening. And I don't know, they're just a vibe. I love them. They feel so cozy, and I'm so excited to finally have an office space that feels cozy and creative and has all my yarn and my supplies. Thanks for joining me on this adventure of setting up my shelves. I also wanted to share something with you in case you are also a crocheter. This is one of my latest creations. I recently made this for a customer. So we have Arwen and Aragorn there in the background from Lord of the Rings, if you don't know them. And I am very happy how they turned out now, but I actually had to make Arwen's hair all over again because I tried something new. And that's the thing. Sometimes you try something new and it doesn't turn out the way you think it would, but that's okay. Now you figured out what's the famous saying where the light bulb was invented by trying 1,000 different times figuring out 1,000 different times how it doesn't work until he figured out how it actually works. So you have to go through these trial and errors until you find what works for you. I definitely now know that this is not the way to go. I've watched this YouTube tutorial on different ways how to sew on hair because it is nerve-wracking. If you sew on the hair wrong, the whole plushie looks off and it's hard to get it off without destroying your entire work. So I'm not gonna say I hate sewing on hair, but it is one of the most difficult things for sure. So I wanted to see a tutorial how to make it easier on myself, and now I figured out a good way, but definitely figured out a way how not to do it. They suggested one way is to sew the hair together first before you sew it on. And I don't know if you can see this, but I started sewing it together, and what happened was the individual strands of hair would just become shorter and shorter because it would go in a circle. I'm not sure if it actually shows up on here, but when I tried to sew it onto the actual head, it just looked so off, and you just had a bunch of hair on one side and then nothing on the other. It just was awful. I almost cried because also it takes a while to crochet all this hair, but again, that was a good way to learn how not to do it, and now I know I'm never going to do that again. If you know how to do it correctly, let me know in the comments. I definitely have not figured out how to do that. But now my solution was actually using these little needles to fixate the hair first before sewing it on. And I know a lot of people do that anyway, but sometimes I find like these needles, a lot of people use the amigurumi sticks. I don't have those yet. I probably should get some. But I use these needles to fixate the hair with this kind of yarn. It definitely worked out well. And you just use a lot of them. And then I sewed it on, and that was a lifesaver for sure. I'm definitely recommending using these to fixate whatever you want to sew on. Sometimes it doesn't work. If you want to fixate an arm, super hard to do. But with hair, since it's flat, that is much easier, and there it actually works out. So yeah, I'm very happy to send this off to my customer soon, and this is actually the second order she placed, and I'm so excited for her to see both Aragorn and Arwen. Let me show you. Here, he has a little hood. It's so cool. You can remove it. There you go. I love how he turned out. I mean, he really looks like Aragorn. And I love the hood. It's so big, but it has to be because it's kind of like a cutesy style, so the head is obviously a little bigger proportionally. We got Aragorn's sword as well. It was a little harder to make Arwen look like Arwen, but that outfit definitely did it for me. And the ears, obviously. All right. Okay, I think I'm also going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching, for joining me this week while I was building my shelf, my office space. I still feel like I've done so much, but I'm also still at the very beginning of my business, and it's so exciting to have you along for the journey. I have some exciting projects coming up next, and also some traveling, so you probably won't see me a whole lot in my office next time. I'm not sure how much I will be able to film before I go to Germany. Actually, there might be some stuff. But in either the next video or the video after that, you will see me in different locations. You will probably see me in Germany at my parents' house and crochet there. Me and my son. We're gonna go see my family in Germany and visit, but I'm also gonna work on some orders and some market prep. So I'm super excited for that and for you to come along. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and comment down below if you're a crocheter. Let me know if you like to crochet amigurumi or what you crochet, how much experience you have. If you're a small business owner, let me know what you create. I would love to connect and build our businesses together. Hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.